Hello guys, and welcome to a new Star Division 2 video today by me, Vulcan, and Attack Power.
Hello guys, great to be back.
In this video, we have for you game 1 of a best of 3 between Onord and Insha in the semi-finals of the Division 1 Season 9 playoffs of the Star Division 2 League. Today they are playing on Shidilza, and on our left in the red, we have Onord playing on the Soviet side using the Second Guards Tank Corps and the Maverick deployment type. And on our right in the blue, we have Insha playing on the Axis side using the 17th SS Panzer Grenadier with the Maverick deployment type. What do you think of these divisions, Attack Power? And yeah, good to be back, eh?
Yeah, it's been too long. Good to be back casting with you. Yeah, I'm shocked Onord left 17th SS open. This division is an absolute beast. It really does not have a weakness. Yeah, I like Second Guards a lot. Second Guards a really solid division, a lot of strong tools in it, and can definitely rumble with 17th SS. But 17th is so strong. I don't know why you.
What makes it so strong?
It has everything. It's got Stug 4s, which are the best medium tank. It's got a really solid package of infantry. You get all the Nebelwerfers and things. You get a great AT selection. You get Jagdpanzer 4s. You just get everything. Like, there's everything the Axis has to offer. This deck has access to. The only thing that's a little weak is your Air Force, but it's not even that weak. It's just small.
Yeah. 17th SS is just such a solid all-round division. Yeah. Second Guards tank, though, is not something that I've seen played competitively for a while, though. Why do you think he's playing that?
I mean, it's got the T-34-85s counter the Stug 4s quite well. They can definitely rumble with those quite well. They also have the 2K range, so second can really dominate this middle area here. You get the PE2s as well, very strong bombers. 17th has good AA, but it's not overwhelmingly powerful AA, so it's limited, good in what it is, but limited in numbers. So he might be able to overwhelm that way. The infantry are solid. You get great support weapons. You also get the ISU 152, which is a really powerful 2K range HE weapon. So I definitely imagine he's going to try to dominate this middle, because while 17th SS, the one thing it kind of is missing is a lot of 2K stuff. It has some. It's got IG-33s. It's got the Krupp, one card of them, but it's not like flush with 2K stuff.
Yeah. Well, against a division with less armor, it can definitely dominate the open ground with, the IGs and its Pack 40s and Pack 43s. But yeah, against a division that has specialist HE equipment itself, especially like these Soviet divisions that have like the ISU 152 or any division that has like an SU 152, they are very good at dealing with the support weapons that the 17th has to bring. But we have the game underway, so let's just have a quick look at what's going down. On the top for a Nod, Flamer, and an OB. For the sort of top mid, we've got the OB-25 SG-43, a Razvedka, Avto, ZIS-2, and a T-34. For the very middle, we have an OB, a Razvedka, an AA piece. That's going to be a 25 mil with a Gavardia and an ISU as well. Nice. Yep. Avto on the bottom side, it's going to be SG, Oknemachiki, plenty of guards, Razvedka. On the side of Insha at the top, he has the SPW 233, couple of MGs, some Legionaries, and the Volksdeutsche. Then we have MG, Panzergrenz, Volksdeutsche, and the Pack 40 for the mid, couple of armored cars, 231, 233, Pioneer with the other unit there. There's going to be Volksdeutsche, Pioneer, and on the bottom side, just more infantry, Panzergrenz, Volksdeutsche, same old stuff with the Pioneer Führer there as well.
So yeah, combat happening quick here. These SPW 233s with their long range, being able to reach out and kind of pressure these OBs. OB-25's really strong support guns, really. I feel like their AP damage is so absurdly good, despite what the card says. They seem to kill everything.
Yeah, nice kill on the top already by the 233. Takes out one of the OBs early on. One thing that the OB will struggle for with its heat round is accuracy. So it's going to struggle to hit the 233s at max range. Whilst the 233 doesn't have to really be that accurate with its HE round to kill the support weapon. So doing a good job. Also going to be able to take care of this flamer unit quite easily on the top side. But a P2 already coming in from Onord.
Yeah, it looks like it's going after these infantry. And in the center here, Insha already making a nice push, grabbing this flag. ISU 152 is now in position, but it looks like it might be having some depression issues. And I'm not talking about the sad ones. I'm talking about the gun ones here that are so prevalent on this map. You just have to be so careful on this map. Anytime a vehicle's on a hill, it's going to have these problems. It's not going to fire.
Yeah. If it's like too steep, then it won't be able to get its gun up enough to take the shot. So he either wants to get on the road, which is a bit more level, or move up and down that cliff a bit. Because he was trying to shoot at the 233 the entire time, but not a single shot was fired. Meanwhile, Razvedka backing off from the engagement with the Pioneers. Nice micro there from Onord, actually. Doesn't allow the Pioneer to throw its HE, and I think he's just going to run in and out of combat with that, with the Avtos, get a little bit of a burst with the PPSH, and then run away before the Pioneer throws its HE.
Yeah, it's a good play.
Yeah.
T-34-76 moving in to kill off this 231 because that's definitely very dangerous to all his infantry here. But he finally pushed off. He had Insha was at 15-9 already, so he's finally been able to stop that double tick, which he needed.
Yep. 231 takes out the MG in the light cover, but the T-34 definitely going to be trying to chase that down to finish it off. It should be able to start moving and try and kill it, but yeah, the 231 lucky to get away there. Unfortunately, it's going to run out of ground, and the T-34 will just catch up to it. He can just like literally give that a move order right up next to it. Doesn't even matter. ISU 152 in the meantime in the mid, wasting quite a lot of HE shells, just like continuing the fire position order that forced the Panzerkrans back. And on the bottom side, we finally got a little bit of an engagement going on here as Onord's guards move up. Maybe a little bit of a mistake keeping his guards so close together. Having a couple of infantry squads overlapped like that does give extra suppression, because these MGs will like spread that suppression over 2 squads rather than just 1. And now we've got the BF-109 coming in with the 210mm rocket, definitely going to keep them on the retreat.
Yeah, they dodged all the damage, though. The issue is, too, these Gavardi DP have no chance against even the Volkdeutsche. The MG-34s, MG-42s are just such better machine guns than the DPs. They're just going to really struggle. And especially, too, in this situation. What?
In the mid, Pac-40 side shot the ISU-152.
And it's still
coming in with a second shot and finds the kill. That is giving me PTSD right now, because that's exactly what happened to me when I played against MK Ultra. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, that position right there for Pac-40 is so obnoxious, because I actually just played Mamil on this map, and he did the same thing to me. Sat a Pac-40 here the entire game, and it cuts you off from the middle completely.
Nord already bringing in a second ISU-152, but that is like an expensive loss. I mean, these did get buffed, they're a lot cheaper than they used to be, but still, like, losing one of those support guns early on is pretty big, and definitely leaves Insha in a much more commanding position on the map at the start of the game. Like, sitting on this 14-10, like you said, he already pressured the 15-9 a little bit. It's not a position that Onord wants to be crawling back from.
Yeah, we see it
to the 15-9.
Yeah, we see it again, and the problem is this northern hill, once you get pushed off it, it is really hard to get back on. There's some really defensible forests here and stuff for blue to take from red, and it's hard. And you can see here, he's built up so much stuff because he knows as long as he stays in this woods on this northern hill, he can cut off the reinforcements at the center where he will struggle the most.
Yeah, I think for Onord, maybe having the ISU on the hill further down, like just like in front of this like tree area would have been better, like just behind the 25mm.
Yep.
That way you can kind of maintain that ranged engagement rather than get caught out by the Pac-40. But nice movement here by the Onord's P2.
Change targets.
Looks like he remembered exactly where that Pac-40 was. But not finding the kill.
The problem with those early P2s is their bomb loadout's not actually that massive, so it can fail to kill stuff.
I think it's the spread as well, right?
Yeah,
because it's like 250 kilogram bombs, and then they're like kind of spread out.
Yeah, and that's what people don't understand is like those planes with the 50 kilogram bombs are terrible because the spread's too big, the damage is too spread out, and it's not concentrated enough. ISU 152 picking out some of those infantry down there in the center, trying to support that singular Gavardi. If that Gavardi goes down, though, that flag's going to probably flip all the way back to Insha there, so he's got to be really careful.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be sat on a 15-9 tick too long in a mirror match for deployment type. Like, that's going to always make things difficult coming back, especially like in the late game for like Maverick versus Maverick. It can get like very finicky to make a big comeback. So the longer that it stays like this, the worse it is for Onord.
Absolutely. And we see here, Insha taking up all the great positions up north. He's hit a Pack 38 in this woods here, so now Onord has to drop off all his troops in this forest and walk out in the open where this MG42 is waiting. Yeah. Very defensible. ISU 152 continuing to hit those infantry, but the SPW 233s are forcing back this Gavardia, which could be problematic.
And lucky that didn't die.
Yeah.
The last shot on that would have definitely killed the last 2 men, but it looks like Onord bringing in a couple of reinforcements, maybe just to push across the open, order his men to charge over open ground while the T-34-85 supports it from the hill. On this bottom side, though, things are building up slowly but surely for Insha. He has brought an MG in earlier, hasn't done anything with it yet, but he's brought in a couple of legionaries. They're actually heading towards the town, I assume, to potentially counter what he thinks are the guards coming through there, maybe.
Yeah, it is also very possible to push people out of that town and grab that flag on the edge of the town. You always have to be careful, though. This reinforcement road sucks because they go down this way into the town, and if Onord had put any sort of AT here, you can so easily cut that reinforcement road off. Up north,
yeah, I mean, it's not that much of a difference from the middle one, but yeah, for sure.
Yep, up north, T-34-76 trying to take out that SPW, fails to, unfortunately, and Onord's infantry being forced off by that Volkdeutsch there.
I feel like a lot of these armored cars are surviving a lot longer than they normally would in these kinds of games.
And
he's been doing a great job of microing them.
Yeah, and that's that Div 1 micro. You know, these Division 1 players are just so skilled. It's so hard to catch them out, you know, in stupid positions.
Yeah. I mean, even like the bombing strikes coming in from Onord, he did bring in a P2 earlier that just Insha managed to dodge completely. It was incredible. MG42 going to be pinning that guard in the open. That instantly falls back. So again, just that micro coming out. Now Insha bringing in a commander on the backside, Panzer III, going to be putting that next to his Flak 36 to get AA up in the center.
Yeah, and that'll shut down it's a Flak 36, so it's definitely not a 43, which are way more dangerous, but still a very good AA piece. He's finally pushing in the center, the bottom of the northern hill, using that T-34-76 to support his infantry. And this is the big issue with 17th versus 2nd, is it's an infantry mismatch. 17th SS has way better infantry than 2nd Division, 2nd Armored.
Yeah, the Legionary is just tearing through the Avtos on the top side there. That's brutal.
Yeah.
The Molotov making them move, they lose their entrencher bonus, the Avtos just get melted.
Yeah.
The Panzergrenz Volksdeutscher gets the Guards DP as well. Like, it's nice that Guards do have like submachine guns at least on their DP variants, but it's not going to be good because they're just simply outnumbered. We're also going to see the T-34 go down there to the Pack 38.
Yep. Big loss there for sure. OB putting some fire down on those infantry. He's breaking the infantry down here in the center a little bit, but he's not doing it very efficiently. He's losing a lot trying to break out those infantry. And he has to be careful in the town down in the middle. The Legionaries can easily kill that Avto. We just already saw how inefficient Avtos are compared to the Legionary.
Yeah, the Legionary in the top side did kill the OB there and almost finished off the Avto. So he's really just pushed Onord completely out of that position. Onord did recover some ground in the middle, so it did briefly go back to 12-12 at some point, but he's still got to make even more ground now. Get that T-34-85 a little bit further forwards, but might be still worried that the Pack 40 might pounce.
And that will 100% never fire off of that hill. It's way too steep. It's going to just sit there. Down south, he's making a push with some Gavardia here, but that is immediately forced off by the troops in this forest. And that's the issue with the southern area, is you're pushing through yellow cover and your opponent's sitting in green. It's so hard to get him out of that.
All rockets coming in for the ZIS-2. Go either side on the top. Yeah, that 25 mil might get a decent chunk of damage in there, but only one on the field. Probably not going to get the kill.
Nah. Enough to spread the rockets out and make them ineffective, though. These SPW 233s absolutely chunking these infantry. He really needs to move this freaking T-34-85 up. He can like move it into the center, but like stay away from that forest where the Pack 40 was.
Yeah, 231 there charging really, really deep. Does get taken out, but Pioneer's going to take out Rozvedka. Legionary's taking out Avtos. Doing pretty well there on the top side. On the bottom, another PE2 came in for a bombing strike, but completely whiffed. Those PE2s haven't really been very impressive so far. Like I was trying to check their payload, and they're like 6 100-kilogram bomb payload. Yeah. And they, just haven't really been doing any damage and haven't really been pinning anything at decisive moments yet.
Yeah, and the problem is second guard really leans on those PE2s to help support their infantry, because again, their infantry aren't that strong. So you need these PE2s to take out key support weapons and infantry blobs and such, and so far they haven't done that.
Yeah, on the bottom side, the OB getting very low when the Pioneer opened up on it. It looks like basically Onord here, he's trying to opt for engaging through the open rather than through the light cover, but the Panzerkranz just destroying that OB is not very helpful. PE2 coming again with more 100 kilogram bombs, this time looking for the Panzerkranz squad trying to save his OB, but of course that was a bit late, even though the squad does go down. But that's the sort of strikes that we need to see, but we haven't seen much of so far.
Yeah, and it looks like he brought his Tankos. We are in Phase B now, so he brought his Tanko card in Phase B, which means we now have definitely significantly better CQC infantry coming from second guard with the Molotovs. You know, Avtos really are bad when it comes down to it. Tankos are very solid with their Molotovs. Once they lose the Molotovs, they're kind of bad too. But Stug 4 in the center now. We're finally seeing some armor out of Onord that isn't light armor, and we see an SDKFZ 7-1 up north too. He's really trying to cut off these PE2 strikes because he knows how key they are to Onord's plan. This Tanko down south pushing all the way. He's going the distance.
Yep, it's just going to drive all the way up to that flag, try and stop himself bleeding tickets for a little bit longer, so it gives him more time to come back into the game. But yeah, the Tanko's not really in the right place. I mean, they can definitely kill the MG and the Volksdeutsche, but they are kind of just conceding the flag further up because there's nothing there to contest them now.
Yeah, I thought that SDKFZ 7-1 was going to delete that Tanko, but it got out of line of sight. Up north, back on the hill, Volksdeutsche and Legionati trying to push through these Ognem and Cheeky, but the Ognem and Cheeky, with two of them, actually are able to beat the Legionati and fight back that Volksdeutsche. So finally some nice infantry combat there for Onord, taking that advantage.
We've now got off-map in as well. 152 mil off-map coming in to try and pin down and deal with some of these Panzerkranz legionaries in the forest there. Then he can push up with the double Avto squad he has and the last remaining man in that one Avto squad.
And then we see
Boar's trying to get in position on the bottom side to cut off this road.
Yeah, we now see an IG-33 in now, this being the most potent HE weapon. If he brought the B phase card, that means there's 6 of these coming, so that's quite a fair number, and he can easily dominate that open ground. T-34-85 taking some pot shots here at this Pioneer, and here comes another P2 bombers. This is the good one. This is the 2 500-kilogram bomb one. We'll see this be much more deadly.
Yeah, he might accidentally pin down his own Avto, though, making it impossible for him to push up here.
His P2 might die to that Flak 36 here as well.
Yeah, with the spray from the SDKFZ 7-1.
No.
Way too fast.
Freaking P2s. It's ridiculous.
On the bottom side, JU-87 kills the T-34 1944. So no longer any cover for that road. More Tankos coming in here trying to secure this forest, but this is a lot of 2 vet infantry. Pioneer does get off its HE.
Oh, that's crap.
Tanko goes down. That's really bad news because usually the Molotov would stop that. Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened. Maybe I don't know why that would throw first. Maybe he moved him. Maybe he was moving him on accident or something. You know, the Tanko was trying to get into cover, so it was moving to the cover before it threw its grenade.
It's because the M2 hadn't despawned and it was stood too close, so the Tankos were like moving automatically. But yeah, the T-34 coming in now. The IG's gonna
delete that infantry.
That poor Tanko is point blank.
And then in the center, he lost the Gavardia squad that was holding that flag, so we're back to 1410. Another PE2 coming in. The problem is, though, Insha has thickened up his AA. These PE2s, their effectiveness is going to drop very rapidly.
Yeah. The longer this game goes on, like the worse the PE2s get, which is why I was kind of surprised to see him like crutching on them so hard, like early on, because like mid to late game they're just going to become like wasted points. And I feel like in a mirror match of deployment pod types, like with the Maverick versus Maverick, you've got to make sure that you have units on the map that can continue to provide value throughout the game.
Yep. The other issue, so down south, BF-109 whiffs completely. Onord finally grabbing this flag, and there's no AT here to... Oh, actually, there's a Volksdeutsche there. It does have AT. I'm incorrect about that. The other issue is, though, he just has no support weapons here at all. So this IG-33 now is going to dominate this open area, and there's no AT gun. There's nothing stopping all these reinforcements and infantry. JU-87 coming in the center looking for the T-30-45, but he is backing up, and the 25 mil will stop that.
Going deep. Yak 9T coming in to
Here it comes.
cut shut that down, but will it be in time, or will the Flak 36 save it?
Oh,
Onord going to pull away. Did not commit, and probably will lose the Yak 9 anyway.
Yep.
3 vet, 37 mil. Will it get the last shot on target? No. Yak 90 actually survives, but that is another investment into an aircraft that is just not gonna pay off in the long run. Like Insha has so much more on the map right now. These IGs are like slapping in the middle. He's even brought in like the Pack 43 now in the town, so that can maybe get a kill onto the ISU if that tries to make a bit of aggression there. The T-3485's got to be really careful because Insha hasn't shown that yet.
Yep.
All big amount of pioneers coming in for this Avto on the bottom side. Poor guy.
Save me, no. Oh, he's very dead. Now, on the flip side, though, Onord is on a 13-11. He's got his first lead of the game, despite his current situation looking a little grim.
Yeah, I think off map on the top side here has helped him clean out a couple of these forested areas. So he has managed to take back the flags that he would have otherwise had at the start of the game that he lost initially to Insha. So that's why it's becoming a bit more even. His Avto moving up in the town is capturing the center flag as well. But he's got to be really careful about these counter pushes, and Insha still has the overall like
unit density
numbers advantage in across the entire map. So it's only really a matter of time till Insha like decides to make a push in certain areas, and then he'll start to have issues. Oh, Ju-87's getting plenty of shots on target. T-34, 1944 going down. Big kill there. 37 mil, just not doing the job. Trying to kill the recon plane, doesn't even get that. That is tough.
That is rough.
E2 trying to save the bleeding as all these pioneers start charging forwards. They don't even hit the pioneers with the bombs. Hits the focus torture, they're going to fall back, but Insha's still going to be able to make plenty of ground here. Can the 3 tankos be enough to deal with the amount of pioneers that Insha has? Like, I don't think so, but we will have to wait and see.
If he sends them in piecemeal like this, then yes, definitely they can. If he actually like sent them all at once, then no, but 3 tankos versus 2 pioneers, easy win there. Although here we see the Pack 43 taking shots at the T-3045. It cannot see the Krupp. It doesn't have any. There's no recon here. Can't see Jack. So it's just sitting there getting shot. And that Pack 43 will take it out eventually. It finally landed a clean hit, and it's going to get the second one here most likely.
Yeah, it took a long time to get a shot on target there, but then landed those last 2 shots when the accuracy was already beefed up. So, an unfortunate loss there for Onord, as he just didn't see that being fired on, which is a little bit, well, I say a little bit of a mistake, big mistake for Onord to make.
And then flew this Yak 9T right into the AA net. It gets like insta-killed. That was... For his unaggressive attack earlier with it, that was really unnecessarily aggressive.
The ISU 152 did get a 1-shot kill onto the Stug 4 in the Middle East, so that's something. Nice. But here we go with the Nebelwerfer. Going to go straight onto the AA and the SU 76. Takes out both.
Oh,
nice Nebelwerfer strike.
Good golly. And that's 150 mil more Nebelwerfer too. It's not even like the big boomy one. So that's quite impressive.
Yeah, it's good value. On the bottom side, the Pioneers engaging the Tankos. One of them got their HG off, so one of the Tankos is going to be chipped down. But yeah, without all of the Pioneers there at the same time, he's going to struggle to win that engagement. Like you said, if it's piecemeal engagements, the Tankos, they can get their Molotovs reloaded, going for a second time.
Up north, Ju-87 trying to take out that ISU 152, fails and finally gets shot down by the Yak 9T. So really key kill there for Onord, finally killing off that Ju-87 that's already gotten several big kills. And I would like to note we're into C phase now, so both players off of the, just pouring in of troops. It's now a piecemeal 80 points a tick.
Yeah, 152 mil off map coming in to the middle. I don't know if that's the same one that was at the top side and then he's like moved it down to the bottom.
It's very potentially, because I don't see that one alive, and I don't think it died in the Nebelwerfer strike, so I have a feeling that's probably the same one.
Yeah, he might have just drove it all the way around the back side of the map so he could get the off-map strike down into the town here. If he times this right, he might be able to surrender the Pioneer, get deeper towards the church, and then kind of like hold that position for the time being. But with it only being one Avto, that's going to be a very precarious position.
Oh, yeah. Tankos get killed in the center because he moved them out into the light cover. I'm not 100% sure why he's leaving that Tanko there. It will absolutely get wrecked by anything. It's kind of an odd
this
place.
Yak 9T. Really playing with fire, getting close to the AA again. Looks like Insha going to be doing the same with his BF-109 G6 though. And wait, as Onord?
No, stop.
He realizes. Yeah, so he'd given that the move order to move back, and then it automatically tried to chase the BF-109. He did give it the retreat order, so that is good.
Oy.
Oh, the Avtos might move preemptively. If they do, before the Pioneers get pinned. Okay, well, it looks like Insha's just going to retreat from that. Yeah, I was going to say, if the Pioneers managed to get the HE on while the Avtos were trying to hop houses, that could be pretty bad for the Avtos. But it looks like Insha should be fine here to hold that position, because none of his infantry really died from that off-map strike. They just kind of got pinned. He'll fall back a little bit. He'll jump back in the buildings, and he'll be fine. And the Avtos won't be able to do anything because they only have 100-meter range.
They're sad. Up north, Onord was doing a relatively good job of pushing Insha back, but Insha has now responded and has wiped out most of those pushed forces, and now Onord looking thin once again up north. Not all the way up north, but in this like northern hill area basically. P2 Big Bomber does get some nice damage on those Volkdeutsch, but not enough to kill them even, which is kind of disappointing. Down south is M2A1s helping him press these very key, although those Pack 38 might end the fun very quickly.
Yeah, it could also get pinned down very fast. So that's 250 cows and a T-34. I mean, especially with the Tankos getting deep here towards the heavy cover. We'll have to see how that turns out. But yeah, the overall so far, I think it massively comes down to these P2s, because they are like not exactly cheap. And then like if they're not even killing a Volksdeutscher, right? I mean, what's the point?
Nope. JU-87 up north coming in again for that ISU-152. This time it really should succeed. There's no AA. Yeah, down it goes. It's a
easy
big
kill.
loss. Yak 9T, at least maybe it can get revenge, but Insha microing that. JU-87 does get out. Can Onord micro his Yak 9Ts? Oh, nope. There we go. It goes down to the 50 cows of the M2A1. I love it.
Yeah. Well, there is a 37 mil AA next to the T-34.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, that's less fun.
I think he just unloaded it or something, because it wasn't firing at it initially.
No, it wasn't. And I'm going to say it was the 50 cows. It's just more fun that way.
check the kills at the end.
We're going to check. I think it was 50 cow. I really do. P2 coming in again, the big boomer. SDK of Z71 though immediately laying down that fire. If he vetted up this SDK of Z71, then that would actually start killing stuff. Oh, the bomb's completely missed again. Oy.
Yeah, no damage, just pin. It's not doing anything. It's just temporarily giving Onord ground, and then like Insha just amasses his forces and pushes back. These half tracks might be a little bit of a problem for Insha's infantry temporarily, but we'll probably eventually see another Pack 38 coming up there, and there's a Pack 40 shifting forward. So he does have the tools to deal with this. And now that there is only 80 points per minute on both sides, there's not going to be a lot of armor coming in or things that are going to be able to deal with these AT guns.
No, and especially things like the Pack 43 here that's picking on this Gabardia DP and stuff. It's just such a strong position. Unless the best way to deal with it is to fire position like you love to do right in front of it with an ISU 152. But he's got to have the range and the position to do that, and currently he does not. And Insha actually microing his Pack 43 back into the woods so that he can't do that. And now it's a 15-9 with Insha grabbing these two flags in the center here as well, and now has a huge mass of forces down south too. So I don't see any way that Onord's pushing him out of this woods against these Legionati.
Yep, now the P2 coming in, this one with the 6 100-kilogram bombs.
Yak 9T goes down as well, with BF-109s flying in up north.
Oof. And SDK Z71 trying its best against the P2. The bombs do land on target, but the Pioneer's already falling back, so damage is limited. On the top side, Volksdeutsche are getting chipped by the guards here, so Onord going to be able to push back Insha from that position. We're back to a 13-11 again. But even on a single tick, I mean, it's 13 minutes, still a reasonable amount of time, but when you just, again, look at unit density across the map, it's so huge of a difference.
Yeah, and you have to remember, too, there's a 50-minute time limit, so, even if Onord brings it back to parity, he has to score all these all these points back, and that's a huge number of points.
Yeah, it really is. It would take him a while. Yeah, I don't think he could win on a single tick right
no,
now.
I think it would take 20 minutes for him to even catch up from this point on a single tick.
Yeah.
And he's nowhere near getting it back to a 13-11 in his favor. Pack 38 versus T34 up north, and goes down to an armor crack. Ooh. Ooh, that was unfortunate.
That's nasty.
That's a devastating.
Meanwhile, in the middle, Inch is still moving forwards his infantry, trying to secure these flags on the bottom side. Push came through from Onord, but did get forced back because Inch just has more legionaries. Like, if you have you can pretty much bring 2 cards of these, right? So you can get one in like A, one in B.
Yeah, it's
usually like the selection.
6 and 12 is the availability on them.
Yeah, so It's just got plenty of these, and their Beretta is absolutely monstrous with the 150 meter range, 65% accuracy with the Molotov on top. Like, it's gross.
And they got nerfed somewhat recently. They were 20 points for the longest time, and they're 25 points now, but their loadout is still disgusting, and I still think they're really strong at 25 points.
Beaky kill from Insha. I mean, as far as his SDK Z71 takes out a guard.
Yeah.
That was very, very nice. The guards, because they have DPs, makes it pretty safe for him to do that. They just don't really put out enough damage. Like, if that was MG42s, then like the SDK Z71 would just die. But this poor Soviet infantry really struggling right now against the peak legionaries and Volksdeutsche, and I was going to call the Volksdeutsche elite for a second, but they're actually just infantry.
But they're still better than Gavardia are in a straight
still
fight.
Better than guards.
Yep. Yeah. Still better. Yeah, and it's just, and that's what, as I mentioned at the beginning of the game, there's such a disparity in infantry quality in this fight that it just makes it so hard to win these many patches of forest and things. Down south, Legionaries, Volksdeutsche pushing forward. There's only a T-3476 M2A1 there. If he can get close with any of these infantry to shoot off a Panzerfaust, but decides to abandon ship on that push there. Yak 9T flying into AA again. My goodness, Onord, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? My God. This is the third time he's flown a Yak 9T into AA. Avto in the center, finally going down. Well, not going down, but getting pinned by some Nebelwerfer. And of course, there's nothing else there. So this front line is collapsing.
Might get surrendered there. He's got to get a move on. But he keeps bringing these Yak 9s to kill off the like these aircraft, the biplanes or whatever they are.
Yeah, the recon planes.
Yeah. Like just like a Storch,
yeah. T-3485 in the center, supplying some good support, but now it has no eyes, so it can't see its targets anymore, so it's lost those targets. SPW-222, SDKZ-7 pushing through to grab that flag for free. He's very close to losing this southern flag. Now here comes a Stug 4. That T-3476 going to severely struggle against that. It basically can't kill it, even though we know that sometimes it can.
Why do we do that attack power?
Yeah, because bullcrap happens. Bullcrap happens, Vulcan. I was playing a game just the other day, a Hetzer versus a Sherman, and the Sherman penned the Hetzer, even though the Hetzer has 105 millimeters of armor.
I thought you were referring to our SD League games.
Oh, no, that happened. It happened there, too. I'm just saying, it happens way more than the stats would imply.
Well, either way, Onord being pushed back off that flag till a 14-10.
Look at this SPW-222 down south. Sorry, I just see this cheeky SPW-222 like chilling out on the road. He
drove it from the mid, just like straight up that hill, and he's cutting off these Razvedka. That's going to be disgusting. He's either he killed them in the transport, and it's just going to be like, nope.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one for Onord there. 30 minutes and 38 seconds. Yeah, that KD is not surprising at all.
Insha with a commanding lead, 2,745 kills to 1,435 losses. And again, you could see that in the disparity of units on the map.
Oh, yeah.
Especially like from the mid game, there's a huge difference. And like, bear in mind that Insha didn't really kill any of the PE2s, right?
No.
so you've got all of that on top, like that's like potential kills for Insha, but like none of those were there. So he's killed 2,745 of ground units, and like that is really, really rough.
It is. If we look in detail here, ISU 152 did pretty well, killing off a couple big units there, but that's it. And
that was the second one.
Yeah, and nothing else of Onord's did basically anything. We see a P2 killed a couple of infantry, another killed one, and that was it. Wait, M2A. Oh, wait. Where's that plane? Where's that JU? Oh, it was the Zenart. Oh, that's so much less fun. Oh, that's so disappointing. I was so excited. And losses on the other side. Let's see here. MG42 being a champ there. My goodness. JU87 picking off 3. Wow. That is what? Over 300 points of tanks right there from that JU87. Good Lord.
Very nice.
SDK of Z71 with 2 yak kills. Actually, that's it. I kind of expected to see a lot more big units on here, but I think he just killed high value targets.
Nebelwerfer strike that came out that killed the SU-76 and then 25 mil. Didn't really get anything else after that.
Nope.
It's just like the feed of these yak 9s.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's 3 of them there.
Yeah, and a lot of if you look, just a lot of big armor pieces dying to that JU-87, losing those Yak 9Ts for whatever, for honestly no reason.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems for Onord was like losing that ISU 152 early really like took away his momentum in the center of the map, because like into the mid to late game, he is going to be up against like a lot of those like longer range support weapons that we mentioned, like the PaK 43s and the IGs. And whilst the ISU U152s can like do the fire position trick and are technically seen as counters, it's hard to do, right?
Yep.
You need to have the recon information to make that happen. And there wasn't any recon in the middle for a long time.
Yeah. And
so yeah, it was just difficult for him to find those support weapons before they fire at him.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, that did not feel like Onord's best. We've watched him play a lot of games, and I don't remember seeing him be that sloppy before. There just was a lot of mistakes, like very blatant mistakes that these kind of players don't make that often. I don't, maybe
he might have just a bit out of practice.
Yeah, he might have been having a bad day, haven't played for a while, because my goodness, do your skills deteriorate in this game really fast if you don't play. Like seriously, you know it too. You don't play this game for a week, you come back to, you're like, I guess I'm new.
It's very true, especially in the competitive side of it.
Oh my goodness, yes. But yeah, anything else, Vulcan? That was a good one.
No, that's it. Thank you guys very much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed this game 1. We'll of course be moving on to game 2 because this is a best of 3, but Insha 1-0 up. So good start for him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button because Vulcan doesn't like
yes,
to
of course. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.